as I was saying, the C135 steel is really hard, and I'm trying to get the frown out, so I'm trying to just do some swooping X's to work that bevel into a shape that I want it to be in. You know, it came from the factory with just a very gentle frown, but we all know frowns are no good, smiles are awesome, so I'm doing a swooping X to try to make that happen. You know, I'm at the very end of my 8K progression here. I'm skating, I'm undercutting, I'm on water only at this point. No pressure. Just polishing that bevel as much as I can for my next progression. I was watching this video of, it was Nick Shave's video, and he'd gone to visit a guy that was a Honemeister, and he uses all the shafting glass stones. And this guy would go all the way up to a 16 or a 30K, and he'd kill the edge, baby kill it, I guess, and bring it back on his, you know, higher grit polishers. And man, was his edges were amazing. They really were. I'm not a Honemeister, but okay. We're gonna move on to the M5. This stone has a grit rating of 12 to 15K. And I love it. I love the way it shaves. I love the way the hardness of the stone while still feeling creamy. You know, it's very hard, but it has a very gentle feel on your blade. It's not a very fast cutter. It's an amazing polisher. I love this hone. Not a lot of people use this hone. You don't see a lot of people using it anyway. I don't know if people use it, you know, by and large, but I don't really see a whole lot of people using it ever. Okay, here we go. Cleanup strokes. You know what? I'm going to put a little bit of slurry on there. Just a little bit. Just enough to help me get rid of those 8K marks a little bit faster. This stone is really hard, so it generates a slurry a bit more slowly. You gotta be a little bit more aggressive with it. Not so aggressive that you throw your slurry stone or anything like that. There, that should be good. Okay. Just a bit of a little gentle slurry. I feel like Bob Ross. It's a gentle slurry. A happy slurry. Tell you what, I'm already getting that suction-y feeling. This thing works so fast. I've only done a few strokes. If I had a microscope and I was that type of guy, you know, I guarantee I could throw it under there and show an edge that was virtually 8K scratch free already. Oh yeah, I can definitely feel the suction feeling already. Bet you I could call this good, strop it, and be shaving off of just this, what I've done so far. I'm going to take it a little further though. I'm going to go ahead and do a water only sequence on this hone. Even though, you know, the slurry that I'm using is so light, you might as well call it water only, but still, just for posterity, just for principle. Okay, moving to water only. Go ahead and clean this metal so it doesn't get embedded onto the surface of my hone. I can't stand that. It's easy to maintain your stones if you do it regularly. If you let it get out of control, you're going to end up having to resurface or lap your hone, you know, more regularly. And I think, you know, it's my opinion that that decreases the life of your stone as opposed to regular, you know, regular maintenance that will increase the longevity of your stone and also give you more consistent edges. You know, as I said, I'm not a hone meister. I'm not a Lynn Abrams. I'm not a GS6 gun. You know, I'm just a guy that loves straight razor shaving and would rather hone his own blades than send it off and pay $25 to $35 every single time I do it. Because, I mean, let's face it, the reason why most of us got into this was economical, and it turned into a passion. And at least that's why I got into it, for economic reasons. The fact that I hate, you know, cartridge blades, the way they shave, the fact that I'm killing my environment every time I buy a pack of 10 for $20 or more, depending on where you get them. You know, so it's an economic, environmentally friendly solution to our generation's shaving choices, and it turned into a passion. But it's not economical if you know, constantly sending your blades off, or, you know, things like that, or if you get, you know, what's known as RAD on the forums, razor acquisition disorder, or any other acquisition disorder involving straight razor or wet shaving. It's no longer economical. It actually becomes quite costly, and she who must be obeyed tends to have a problem with that. You guys know what I'm talking about. Don't act like you don't. Alright, I feel like this razor's done. Feels smooth, it's gliding across the surface. I can feel a suction feeling. I'm watching my water, you know, undercut and ride up onto my blade pretty evenly. I'm finished with a couple axes. Just a couple though. Half strokes, I should call them. People will probably get confused by calling them axes. This M5 cuts so fast it blows my mind sometimes. You know, I was testing it out one time after coming off of a 10K. You know, let's not forget, I jumped from an 8K to a 12K. You know, that's 4,000 grit difference. And, you know, anyways, I was coming off a 10K one time and I wanted to test how fast it would cut, so I came off the 10K, I did 10 passes, you know, whole passes on my M5, and then stropped, and tell you what, man, that thing shaves smooth. This thing is fast, that's the point. And I think all ceramic or either synthetic stones have the potential to be very fast, aggressive cutters depending on how you use them. Again, I can't reiterate enough, learning your stones is probably the best thing that you can do, probably the hardest thing to do as far as, you know, honing your own blades. You have to learn your stones, you have to learn how they cut, you have to learn, you know, the types of edges they can produce, you know, what you can squeeze out. Everybody has a trick for, you know, squeezing another little bit of a more superior edge out of their hones, but I don't know. I'm not everybody else. I'm only me. These are my hones. This is my blade. That's all I know. Okay. I'm going to take off my tape. And that's it right there. That's it, man. You know, that thing is polished. You know, sometimes after I get done honing, I'll notice a bit of a hazy polish at the bottom of my bevel, but the cutting edge is always super polished. And then obviously after I take it to the chromium oxide and the leather, man, this thing is super smooth.